What's going on, Jerome? So the Minnesota Vikings passing game is going to be indeed spearheaded by Justin friggin' Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the game, and Jordan Addison, who is quickly going to become the best wide receiver 2 in the National Football League as well. So dynamic duo, looking good in the Winter Warriors outfits, and they are indeed the Jordan and Pippen of the Vikings. But the question is, all right, so Jefferson is Jordan. And Addison is Pippen. Ironically, Jordan is Pippen. But who's going to be the third leg? Like, who's going to be Ron Harper? Who's going to be Horace Grant? Who's going to be Kerr and Bushler? Who's going to be Dennis Rodman? Who's going to be that third piece? Jalen Speedy Nailor, 2022 6th-round pick of the pride of Michigan State. Hopefully he can fill the bill. So, I mean, the Vikings, obviously they have faith in the guys in-house, and Nailor is certainly one of them. And with Nailor, the talent is there, just health and durability. That's been what's so frustrating, man. But long story longer, Kevin Seifert, ESPN, who is not Carl Gerbschmidt, put together a great piece, 5 things we know about the Vikings after minicamp, and one of them is they're talking extensively about Jalen Nailor. Coaches really want to see Jalen Nailor. Sometimes the most notable personnel moves are the ones teams do not make. While there is nothing stopping the Vikings from acquiring a veteran number 3 receiver, Adam Thielen, between now and the start of the season, it's worth exploring why they did not immediately replace KJ Osborn when he signed with the New England Patriots in free agency. To be sure, Vikings knew they would be signing Jefferson to a contract that would require a major salary cap commitment, making lower-cost receivers a high priority around him. Jordan Addison will be on his rookie contract for at least 2 more seasons, and the 2 free agent receivers the Vikings did sign, Brandon Powell and Trent Sherfield, are on 1-year deals that will count a combined $3.8 million against the cap, blah, blah, blah. Powell, Sherfield, and even one of the Vikings tight ends could serve as the third receiver when they are in 11 personnel, but it's pretty clear the team is hoping to see a jump from Nailor before making any final determination. Nailor, a 6th-round pick in 2022, struggled with injuries throughout 2023 and into the 2024 offseason. He missed mandatory minicamp because of the flu, which just sucks, man. I mean, Nailor has all the skill in the world, but injuries and just untimely illnesses is just unfortunate, man. But limited playing time during his first 2 NFL seasons, and more importantly in practice. Talk about practice. He's proven a slippery target that defenders have trouble tracking. In 2 seasons, he has taken a total of 160 snaps and run routes on 72 of them. Vikings quarterbacks have targeted him on 20 of those routes, and he caught 12 for 208 and a touchdown. Asked this spring about the competition for the third receiver spot, O'Connell mentioned Nailor before all others. Jalen has always been a guy that when he's healthy and on the field, he shows up on every single opportunity he's gotten. That sounded very Minnesotan right there. O'Connell said that's our challenge to him. Sometimes things are out of your control, and we understand that, but for him to take that next step, we're going to need to see him out there a lot as part of that group. And that's basically as confrontational as Kevin O'Connell gets, just basically putting out there that Nailor needs to stay healthy. Now, Jalen contributed nicely in 2022 on special teams, and 2023 is just racked by injuries. And it sucks because, McCardle obviously believes in him, pounding the table for Jalen Nailor day 3 in 2022 when the Vikings took him out of Michigan State. And it's unfortunate is that even going back to Michigan State, he's had injury issues, right? So he, missed a fistful of games. Like you see, total of 36 games in college over 4 seasons. So, did miss time there as well. But, flashes are there. And, so far with the Vikings, I mean, there's been moments, right? So, he caught that long touchdown in garbage time against the Packers as a rookie, and you're thinking, okay, here we go. And then at OTAs last year, because remember, Jordan Addison got dinged up at rookie camp. So OTAs, mandatory minicamp, Addison wasn't there. Also, Justin Jefferson wasn't there except for mandatory minicamp. Jalen Nailor was the talk of the offseason work, right? And then he came into training camp, and he literally got hurt the first day. And it was a soft tissue leg injury, and he was out for the bulk of training camp and preseason, and it was just sort of out of sight, out of mind, and he never really got on track the rest of the way, right? But that's what's been frustrating, whether it's the training camp injury, whether it's the flu over mandatory minicamp. He's got everything, man. Like, he can be uncoverable. He is extremely slippery. He's a great route runner. He's got really good hands. He does have speed and agility in the open field, but just got to stay healthy. And I know, like, people don't really change. People are sort of what they are. And maybe Nailor is a guy that's not going to put together a full season, but could he be able to play, the bulk of a season? Could he play 70% of a season and really be that true blue wide receiver 3 that gets meaningful snaps behind Jordan and Addison? It remains to be seen, but I'm not giving up. Even though a lot of people will give up at this point. I'm not ready. I still think that there's a lot of talent there with Jalen Speedy Nailor. Hopefully he can stay healthy, knocking on all the wood, training camp into the regular season, and then prove it out on the field. Yeah. But your thoughts are thoughts. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.